Hello everyone. Have you ever wondered how doctors find out whether a drug is truly safe or effective after it's launched into the market? Because clinical trials are just the beginning. What happens when the drug enters in real world with millions of people, multiple diseases and drugs and unpredictable lifestyles? In today's video, we are diving into a fascinating topic of PharmD, of pharmacoepidemiology, which is studies used in pharmacoepidemiology. So, what is pharmacoepidemiology? Let's say in simple words, PHEPI, that means pharmacoepidemiology for short. It is a study, okay? It is a study of how drugs are used and how effective they are and how safe they are in large populations. Pharmacoepidemiology is the study of the use, effectiveness and safety of drugs in large population using epidemiological methods. So instead of experiments, it uses epidemiological methods, basically in real world research. So why it is important? Because it helps us to understand why side effects or ADR happens and how medicines are actually used by people and how exposure to drugs relates to public health. Especially it is important in personalized medicine where treatment must be tailored to individuals and it is used in PMS. So PMS means post marketing surveillance. Now let's look at the different types of studies we use in pharmacoepidemiology. Each one has its own purpose and remember this, the study type depends on three things. What are they? First one is objective of the research, then we have the type of data available and the time frame we are studying. Okay, the three objectives, the three things, the study type is dependent on three things: objective, type of data available, time frame of the event being studied. Now just have a look on the tree chart of types of studies. It is divided into the observational and experimental. You can remember it that experimental is divided into two types, that is RCT means randomized control trial and non-randomized control trial. Then observational is divided into two types, descriptive and analytical. Analytical is again divided into two types, that is case control and cohort studies, while descriptive is DUS, drug utilization studies, case reports, case series, cross-sectional, longitudinal. In our syllabus, we have to discuss only few of them. Now here in observational study, the researchers does not interfere. They just observe and record what's already happening. So the researchers does not intervene but observe the outcome. They just observe and record what's happening. It's just like a CCTV camera. The researchers are like CCTV camera but not a director. So what CCTV camera does it just watches, and director it they intervene in the studies. Now descriptive studies, this describes what's going on but they don't try to prove anything. It is divided into two major types. It also includes drug utilization studies, case reports, case series and cross-sectional studies also. So let's see what is drug utilization studies. It evaluates prescription dispensing and use patterns. So this analyze how drugs are dispensed, and prescribed, dispensed and used. For example, tracking how antibiotics are used in newborn ICUs. This helps to identify misuse or overuse. So we can identify by using drug utilization studies that antibiotic use in newborns ICUs, that antibiotics are overused or misused. Now case report. It is a detailed story. Okay, it is a detailed story of a single patient from symptoms to diagnosis to treatment. It includes patient's medical history, symptoms, diagnosis, treatments and outcome also. Especially used for rare diseases and unexpected ADRs. For example, someone gets someone gets a skin rash after new vaccine. That report might warn the doctors everywhere. So it provides insight that can inform clinical practice and guide future research, typically including patient demographics and discussion of finding in relation to existing literature. Now we have a case series. It is a collection of similar reports. So what is it? It is a collection of similar reports. Let's say 10 patients showed the same strain side effect. This could indicate a pattern worth studying more. It's great for generating new hypotheses, but it does not have a control group. So it helps to generate hypotheses. It summarizes the treatment outcome, patient data, clinical presentation, but it don't have control group and statistical analysis. Now, talking about the cross-sectional studies, you can imagine it as you are clicking a photo of a population at one moment. So you are taking a photo. You can imagine it like you are taking a photo. So this study provides a view of population at a single point in time, assessing the prevalence of certain characteristics, behaviors, or health outcomes. So you are taking a photo of of a population, and it shows characteristics, behavior, and health outcome. Here we are using prevalence. So it measures how a common condition or behavior is at that time. So it is a proportion of a population with a specific characteristic or condition at a given time. So we are using prevalence here. Then we have the analytical studies. These studies go deeper and deeper. They test hypothesis. What if there is a connection between drug and health outcome? So they test between drug and health outcome. Now case control studies, it start with people who already have a disease, and it compares, which means it is a case, and it compares them to those who don't have, means control. It look backward in time to check past exposure. So here we are using measure odds ratio OR, and example we are using here, did antipsychotics increase diabetic risks? We are assessing link between antipsychotics and diabetes mellitus. Cohort studies. Take a group of people with and without drug exposure and follow them over time. So we are taking a group of people and following them over time. So to see who develops the outcome. It uses relative risks, and example we are using that following NSAID users to to see if they develop stomach cancer or not. Now we also have nested case control studies. It is a case control study only, but with a larger cohort. So it is more efficient and less biased. Example, within a cancer study, within a cancer study group, we are examining the how many people exposed to radiation develop thyroid tumors and how many they are exposed and not developing thyroid tumors. Experimental studies. Now the powerful part comes, which means we are intervening. Here researchers actively assign treatment. So here intervention is involved. So it is divided into two types, randomized and non-randomized control trials. First we'll see randomized control trial. Participants are randomly put into intervention and control groups also. It is considered as a gold standard for testing effectiveness. Example, we are comparing two statins for lowering cholesterol. Why? Because the randomization removes bias. Now we are going to see non-randomized control trials. It is similar to it, but without randomization assignment, maybe due to ethics or practicality. Then we are using uh, example of in a clinic, patient choose between a new diabetes program or regular care. Still useful, especially in real world settings. This is a non-based study and it allows non-randomization. So to summarize it, that descriptive studies describe what's happening and analytical studies test what's causing it. Experimental studies change what's happening to see results. Each type is like a tool in a toolkit and choosing the right one depends on what you want to learn. If this helped you understand pharmacoepidemiology better, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.